God damn it. Oh. Well, welcome to the J-Tendo Show. I'm your host, Jabari Lewis Smith.
Shantae Half-Genie Hero.
So we'll be looking into Shantae Half-Genie Hero, which is the 4th game of the Shantae series. This game became available on December 20th, 2016 for various game consoles such as PS4, Xbox, and Wii U. And now, as of June 2018, the day one release of Shantae Half-Genie Hero has become available for the Nintendo Switch, which includes some additional game modes, an art book, and the Risky Boots CD. What drew me to the game was simply the artwork of Shantae, which I found very cute. And I was basically on the Nintendo website and looking at the upcoming releases and scrolled down to an icon of Shantae and said, this shit look cute, and decided to try it out. So, I don't know, advice to indie game companies looking for more consumers: make your lead character cute as fuck and advertise it. Weeaboos like me will buy into it. Anyways.
Welcome to the J-Tendo Show, and I can see that we're all on a roll. There will be good cases and bad, but I can say since you're here that I'm really glad. The Nintendo we all know and love, they produce games from heaven above, like curling Zelda and Mario. But if the game sucks so much ass, let's be sure to put them all on blast. Waiting to see what we have for you right here at the J-Tendo Show.
Shantae is the lead character in the series, and you follow her as she saves her town from destruction by various baddies and keeping the genie world safe. The background story is that Shantae and other girls are daughters of genies and humans, making them half-genies. At one point, the genies were forced to disappear back to the genie realm, leaving the daughters with magical abilities to protect their hometowns. The game is a platform game, but this one specifically stuck out to me for being well polished in its great music, having cute characters and artwork, and having a female lead. Unlike the other gazillion platform games that are just the opposite of what I just said. For this game, the game company reached out to people by creating a Kickstarter in 2016, which they reached their goal and received beyond what they hoped for, but by various backers. Though they reached their fundraising goal, they offered new game modes and additional things such as voiceover if they received additional funds. Though some of the additional modes were reached, some were left behind due to not being funded. So in the 2016 release, you are only able to play a few of the game modes. I will explain them later, but in the 2018 release, they added in those modes that weren't funded, so you get the full package of the game, and in result of that, this game turned out to be great fun. By playing previous Shantae games and this one, we can tell that the creator has a liking to women with huge eyes and women who stay active with routine diets. Me too.
Me too!
We have sexy dynamite Shantae, half-genie and protector of Scuttletown. We have Bolo, the useless wannabe hero, Rottytops, the busty zombie, Sky, the naughty owner of the hatchery and caretaker of Wrench, the bird, Uncle, who is Shantae's uncle and seems not to have another name besides Uncle, and Tig O Biggie's Risky Boots, one of the main antagonists of the series. There are many other characters like Ammo Baron, Squid Baron, who tend to talk out of context of the game and bashing the whole idea of boss fights and even the sales situation of Shantae in the past. For this particular story, Busty Risky Boots is at it again, trying to destroy and take over Scuttletown and the Genie Realm. After being fired for failing to prevent an attack, Victoria's Secret model Shantae is set off to find Boobalicious Risky Boots and take her down before she causes any more destruction. Shantae's uncle is in the process of building a device called the Dynamo, which he claims will save the town from evil forever, but in order to build it, he needs the bombshell Shantae to gather 4 major compartments for it. And with that, Shantae, our incredible sexy belly dancing hero, is off to save everyone. Yeah, you go girl. Save those people. Save me, girl. One of the major things that were advertised about the game is the HD graphics, and we're not talking about those Call of Duty HD graphics. We're talking about well-polished cartoon animations and smooth gameplay. And indeed, it does have those things, woo! Which makes the game look beautiful. The colors are eye-popping and the whole design keeps you glued to the TV. Well, you guys may be glued to something else. I know I was. What's just as good as the graphics is the music in the game, which has a little bit of everything. It has that techno thing going on, that funk, that R&B, and that rock, and even a little bossa nova. All with an Arabian flair. I received the Risky Beats edition of the game, which comes with most of the 30 tracks that are featured in the game. The music really makes you just want to get up and dance! Also, they have a pretty awesome version of the main theme with Christina V singing. Now, in order to navigate through levels effectively, you would need to whip enemies with your hair, and this girl can whip it good. She's been whipping it since 2002, way before Will Smith. Is that still funny? The whole, Will Smith and whipping the hair and stuff like that? Is that just played out, or? I don't know why I'm talking to over there. There's nobody over there. Each transformation has specific uses and can make the game much easier when you are asked to return to a specific level to complete a task. The game can be challenging at times, especially earlier on when you do not have much money nor health. But as you discover heart holders to increase your life and buy power-ups and potions, the difficulty of the game wanes and pretty soon you'll be able to tank through the levels without no problem. Whoa! Let's go! Yeah! There's really nothing bad about the game. You are prompt to save the game before major events and boss battles. The levels are pretty fun to go through and figure out, even though you're asked to return to the same levels for different quests. But one thing that I hate about the game is yes, coordination. Well, it's more of a personal issue. I get distracted and impatient super easily like an idiot, and I tend to commit stupid suicidal movements. Constantly. The script itself has some funny dialogue going on, but it's really aimed towards younger audience, 14 and under. Well, I think. That's kind of hard to believe with the amount of boobage that is shown throughout the game. I can see this game being ridiculed by people for the sexualization of women, which I see why, especially in the earlier games where there were a lot more sexual innuendos and highly sexual costumes. I guess some people preferred 2D girls over 3D ones. Is that weird? Is that weird? But compared to previous Shantae games, this one is a lot more tame and I wouldn't mind having children playing this one at all. Now this game is really a good one, but the downside to the whole thing is the amount of levels and actual gameplay. There are only about 5 levels that you can go through, and the amount of time it took for me to complete the whole game was a little less than 8 hours. Yes, there were some things that I didn't collect, but it's still a very short game. But if you go into other game modes, the amount of gameplay increases to, I imagine, another 12 to 14 hours. The game modes included in the 2018 version of the game include Beach Mode, where you go through each level with sexy ass Shantae, but your weapons are changed. You can use a beach ball to attack, and you must also constantly seek out sunscreen to not tarnish her beautiful golden brown skin. Other modes include Ninja Mode, where you have ninja moves and Shantae goes through each level basically role-playing as a ninja. The Hero Mode, where you go through the same story mode but with all your dancing powers from the get-go. Officer Mode, where you must go through the level as an officer with the ability to shoot using a pistol but having a lack of a jump function and maneuver past moving blocks or else. Yeah. Another game mode is the Risky Boots mode, which is also included in the 2016 version, which you get to play through all the levels as Risky Boots, but as an alternative story to the original story mode. She basically has the same skills as the previous Shantae game, Shantae and the Pirate's Curse, which was an amazing game too. It's really fun. Shantae Half-Genie Hero is a really fun game with HD cartoon graphics and kick-ass music. As of July 31st, WayForward has released additional bonus content for Shantae known as the Summer Surprise, which adds some new combat choices, dances, and outfits for the game. The fact that the lead character is a female hero makes me relieved that the audience that the game is aimed for isn't just young males, but young females too, which shows that girls are just as strong and heroic as guys. And with the storyline focusing on hearts and good morals to defeat evil, the children that play this game will be inspired and grow up hopefully having some of these morals and becoming wonderful people in the future. What are you doing? Stop it. Put that down. Don't throw that!
My God! Help!
It's dark. It's dark in here. What the hell is this? Help! Mama! It's pretty dark in these Pokeballs. I don't see why anybody would torture their Pokemon by forcing them in here. Pikachu had the right idea. I guess this is the perfect time to talk about the NES Classic Trivia Giveaway as I try to escape from this place. Basically, I will send you a free NES Classic console to anyone around the world. There are a couple of rules though. Participants will have to answer 3 questions that I've created. The first question should be easy because it would be dealing with the most recent J-Tendo Show. The second will be a little more difficult because it will deal with anything in the Nintendo universe. The third and final question will be difficult because it may be a question about any J-Tendo Show episode. But wait, there's more! Participants will only have 10 minutes to answer 3 questions, so it will be best to study up. Also, the last rule is simple. Winners would have to be subscribed to my channel in order to receive the prize. So wait into next month's episode to receive the details regarding the time when the giveaway will start, which may be 2 hours after the release of the J-Tendo Show episode, and the method of how you can submit your answers. See you next time!